Now that the dust has settled and the new update for Path of Titans arrived, we can now look to the next update and predict what could be coming. So, here is the question: what do you think will come into the next update for the game? And today, I'm overviewing everything I predict will be arriving in that exact update. So, let's get right into it. The Lambeosaurus and the Struthiomimus are now completed. Their TLCs are done and they're finished and they're out, with the first update coming in April and then the next one coming in May. The next TLC will be the third and final one that was announced in the end of the year devlog in December. Barsboldia, completing the trifecta of what this would be the round of dinosaur TLCs for this year. Like the other two dinosaurs, Barsboldia will likely benefit from an overhaul to its model, animations, and ultimately all of its abilities, completely overhauled. And with an upcoming devlog coming at the end of the month, highly likely that is, it is likely that we could see the Barsboldia TLC first revealed or teased in that devlog. Like we saw the Struthy and Lambeo TLCs teased in update devlogs before the main update came out, even before they came to the public test branches. And likewise with them, we could likely see Barsboldia following the same pattern, get announced in a devlog and then get released into the game 1 to 2 months later. The Struthy was announced in March and released in May, and the Lambeo was announced in February and released in April. So it is extremely likely this could be the main subject of the next game update. Tying into a dinosaur overhaul, we could see some form of ability overhaul as well come to the game. Now this could be something in many forms. It could be sweeping ability changes for a wide range of dinosaurs, and it could be ability updates to more dinosaurs as well. Or it could be an ability update that is specific to one dinosaur in particular, and we have a very likely candidate for this as well: Iguanodon. Fitting with Lambeosaurus and Barsboldia, it was mentioned in the PTB changelog 3909 that Iguanodon had its charge attack disabled, and this was due to the fact it will be getting more abilities that will be added during its ability TLC. And now that was over 2 months ago, closer to 3 months really, but I believe it is highly likely that this will start coming to the game or being brought forward in public test branch updates in the near future, culminating in a release alongside likely the Barsboldia TLC as that of a major ability overhaul for a specific dinosaur. We don't actually know anything of this update to Iguanodon so far. I could even make my own theory video on what we could see with it, but I'm sure a lot of you have some ideas on what you would like to see with the Iguanodon. The critters in Path of Titans are credited to be massively overhauled, and this is something that the developers have been teasing us with and have been hard at work with as well. They mentioned in the latest devlog for the game that aggressive critters are one of the things they're working on boxing off, and they're making good progress and they're very excited to show us. And this was actually also once a removed PTB feature, which was removed for further testing. And they wanted the AI to do these things, or this is what they want to do. They want critters to spawn freely out of burrows, and they want critters to be able to attack small dinosaurs as well. Currently we have the functionality for the first point, and we have seen testing for the second point. I'm going to skirt back really quickly to the first point: critters to spawn freely out of burrows, because in the latest update you can now spawn in burrows for pretty much every single critter that is in the game that's burrowable, and you can set them to auto spawn as long as there's a dinosaur within a certain proximity from that burrow. And then for the aggressive critters as well, we'll go back to that point and tie it into the fact that it's very likely we could see aggressive critters come to the public test branch soon. We already saw them on the public test branch before. I think it was either the Lambeo or Struthy TLC updates dropped, because it was on the public test branch before it was then removed from the public test branch when or before that update officially released. And it's likely it will come back, and when it was released and teased on the public test branch, they would attack anything that was but a Struthio in combat weight or below, and it's likely it's going to do the same as well, looking at the teasers they showcased us. These two things, as well as further promises and teasers of it in the latest devlog, make me believe this is a strong contender for the next update. We'll likely see it come back to the public test branch, and then over time that will add up and add up and add up, ultimately until the next update is released. Now this one, in my eyes, could go one of two ways. Both metrics and home caves lump into one thing, the start of the quest overhauls, because they go hand in hand. We know when it comes to home cave items, these have been heavily teased in the devlog and even prior to that. The developers even said that they have been working to implement a whole load of new home cave decorations for players to unlock, and these will be used in the future when future updates to the game's questing system comes, tying heavily into that metric and achievement system, because you'll be rewarded these home cave items through quests, achievements and metrics. And now we talk about the metric system, because I think this will likely come alongside in its core form the home cave item updates as well, because you want some rewards to come with it too. The developers said that the metric system is in closed testing right now, and that they are very eager to show this off to us all. Perhaps this is something that could pop onto the game's public test branch once that closed testing is finished. Or this could actually be one of those content drops that is too big, or likely just one of those things they want to just push into the main game as soon as closed testing is done, because they don't want it to be ruined on the public test branch with an achievement system that would technically be already implemented to the game but not on the main version. How are you meant to hold or keep achievements if it's on the public test branch and not on the main branch? Would they carry over and all that jazz? So I think they'd just push it straight into the ecosystem once the closed testing is completed. But I think it will probably come as packaged with the next major update for the game, as a bonus content drop. Now there are some honourable mentions here that I would like to bring up for this update, because there are some stuff that, although I haven't mentioned them in their own key points, they're very important. A new dinosaur could come in the next update. We haven't seen a new one since the release of Ramphorhynchus in February, and so I believe we could see another new one. I think it will be Miragaia, and the reason why I think it could be Miragaia is because we're seeing these overhauls to directional attacks, and perhaps Miragaia needed that system in place first before it was implemented. Maybe its core attack is a directional attack. Game modes as well, because their testing has quietened down, and I think they're just polishing it up and packaging it up into what they think is game ready, and then they'll push it out maybe with one more test with it. More optimizations as well would be a very important thing, but this is more so for client optimizations. We'll see more improvements to server performance and player performance as time goes on, and I feel like this is a core feature in any update. And finally, I think we'll see further map improvements, both to Pandora and Gondwana. The developers said that this will be something we need to keep an eye out in their latest devlog. And since we've already seen some on the live branch, we could see more coming on the main branch in the future. Once again, packaged into a bigger update. And before I round off this video, let's give a prediction, because I could look very silly right now when I do 1, this prediction, and 2, this theory video. The rate of updates, I think, at the moment ties into this very heavily. We have one update every 1 to 2 months. So if we really wanted to push it and have an early update, we could see one at the start of next month. But I think we won't be seeing one until mid-July, until the end of August. And it'll be an end of summer update. It'll be one big update at the end of summer, and that will then round it out. And we won't see another update until October, November, December, where it'll be the next quarter of the year, and we'll likely see another update packaged in then. And that's my theory. I think it'll release in either July or August. We could see it very soon. We'll likely hear talk about that next update in the next devlog, which will likely come at the end of this month. Anyways guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think will be in the next update, and do you think there'll be other content in it as well? And what do you think will be in it, and when do you think it will release? If you want to check out another video, check out this one, where I talk about the fact that Beast of Bermuda has done something that could be revolutionary to dinosaur games in general. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.